Hey there guys, and welcome back. This week on the show we're going to show you how to make one of these. It's basically a little small squeegee or light duty scraper, and it's made basically with scraps of wood and old credit cards or gift cards or something to that nature. I'm going to do mine with an old gift card. Hopefully you like this week's video. Thanks for tuning in. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get yourself a credit card, gift card, whatever it is, but make sure it's expired. Unless your wife spends a lot, in which case, use hers. Anyway, I kind of like this one. It's kind of got that almost like a metal diamond textile pattern to it. And the first thing you want to do is you want to measure this thing. So this particular one is 3 3/8 by 2 1/8. And that is your starting point to make this mini scraper. For this particular project you want to use some scrap wood, and what I'm going to be using is some scrap pieces of 1/4 inch thick walnut that I have. You want to rip it so that you're about 1/2 to 5/8 of an inch less than the width of your gift card. So in this case I'm going to go with 1.5 inches wide, which will give us 5/8 of an inch less than our card. As well, you want to cross cut it to the same length as your gift card. So in this case, of course, it'll be 3 3/8. So we'll end up with two pieces of 1/4 inch thick walnut, which are 3 3/8 long by 1.5 inches wide. So if you've been following along, you should have something that looks like this. Two pieces of walnut, or species of your choice, and one gift card. The object is, at this point in time, to sandwich the gift card between the two pieces of wood. And that's going to be our next step. So we're going to sandwich this piece between our wood, and we're going to give it a generous coating of glue on both sides. We're going to clamp that together and we're going to let that dry. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, now that this is all dried up, is we're going to drill 2 1/2 inch holes in this particular piece. We're going to try to center them, try to make them look half decent in there, and we're going to go 1/2 inch holes, 2 of them right through to the back. Okay, we've got our 1/2 inch holes drilled. Now what you want to do is take a couple scrap pieces of 1/2 inch dowel. This is maple, but you want to give them a generous coating of wood glue and then put them in these holes. And what that's going to do is that's going to help that whole assembly hold together. I mean, the wood glue doesn't really adhere very well to a plastic card. So these dowels are going to help hold the whole thing in place. Make sure you get some Q-tips and some water, and you want to clean up all the squeeze out that you can see there, or the stuff that you spill all over the front as you drop a piece of dowel. Oh well, I'm human. Okay, so the glue is dried up on these dowels, and now we're going to need to cut these flush. There's a couple ways you could do it. You could sand them, you could use a flush cut saw, you could use the scroll saw. I'm probably going to use a flush cut saw and just trim them off, and then go from there with an oscillating sander to finish it off. Alright, so we've got the dowels cut flush on both sides and sand it, and now we're just going to do some edge sanding, maybe around these corners a bit, and I'm kind of thinking for something I'm just a little more comfortable to use, I'm probably going to round these edges here either with a 1/8 round over or a 1/4 inch round over. I haven't decided. I'm going to kind of play with that and see how we go to finish this off. And there you have it. Couple scrap pieces of walnut and an old credit card style gift card, and you've got a great little light duty scraper. This little guy is great for getting some of that little excess glue off of one of your projects. You get some on your router table, give it a little scrape, it comes off without marring the surface. Or what I like to use it for, like we're showing right here, is when gluing down a pattern using spray adhesive for scrolling. This makes a great way to get even adhesion of the pattern all the way across your board. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this week's video. Give it a try yourself. It's really easy, and I'm sure that you'll find 150 different uses for one of these in your shop. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.